Good morning, everyone. Cindy Island here in Leander, Texas. And today I want to talk to you about the most beautiful showy plant, Bougainvillea. So I have these out and I have a rock strip right between the street and my grass right here in front of my home. And I have three of these all the way down the front section of my house. And as you drive by in your car, this is what you see. And I just get so many compliments and I just love them. They're absolutely beautiful. And I wanted to just give you a couple of uh, tips and tricks on how I am making this beautiful bougainvillea make it here on this hill strip. We are in the hundreds every day and it's making it. But there are some things that I have to do. Number one, I do have to water it every day. As soon as I miss a day, the leaves shrivel up because it's in a pot. So this bougainvillea is not hardy through the winter time here in central Texas. So I do have to bring it in. I take it into the garage, when it starts to get cold. And, but between, so March all the way through October, I have this out here and it's just beautiful. It's covered with these beautiful fuchsia flowers. And I do have to water it every day and that's okay. That's a task that I don't mind doing because I get such beautiful rewards. And I also keep it in a tray. And I know that bougainvillea do not like to have wet feet and that I can easily rot the roots. But because I have it out here in this hill strip of the rock garden, well, what was happening is it was drying out so quick because we're in the 105s for we've been 105 for so long that it wasn't absorbing the water well. The water was just running right off the top. So I started putting it in a tray and letting it absorb the water that way, and then making sure I dumped the water if there was any left. I've never had any left. And that has been the trick. It's been much happier now because I am watering it more thoroughly. I do fertilize it every month, and I'll show you here on the screen what fertilizer I use. It is a high nitrogen fertilizer made especially for these tropical plants, for bougainvillea and for hibiscus. And as long as I water it every day, look at the beauty that I get. And it's just getting bigger and bigger. Now you can cut some of these back if you wanted to encourage it to be bushier. I haven't done that yet. This is a fairly new plant, but when I bring it in after it's been in the garage for the winter time, I might give it a nice haircut, and that could encourage it to be bushier next year. I hope you'll try to grow bougainvillea. They're absolutely the perfect flower for this incredible heat. They love the sun, and they definitely have to be watered every day. And you do have to take them in. But look what a pretty plant this is. So a little bit more about what I have done with this beautiful bougainvillea. Since I do have to take it in the wintertime, I keep it in a pretty big pot. It doesn't mind to have its roots bound somewhat. So I feel like I get prettier blooms when it's tightly packed in this pot. But I put these giant boulders all around the pot. So it looks like I've planted it in the ground, but I really haven't. And I do happen to have a beautiful boulder right behind the bougainvillea. And that I just feel like that really does help the flowers show up better. So as you walk down the rocky section between the street and my grassy area, I have repeated several things here, which I think is just a really nice look for this rocky garden. So I have red yucca or hesperola and lantana. Here's a new lantana. This is purple trailing lantana. I do have to water this guy every day, and there's another one over here because they are new and they are trying to survive in 104 degrees that we've had now going on, I don't know, 10 days. So it's been tough here in this rock garden, but these plants have been established for years and I hardly water them at all. So continuing down, there's another Bougainvillea, again kind of in a pot hidden with these boulders. I did purchase these boulders at a landscape supply company. We have Texas sage. I never water that. More hesperola or red yucca. Now this purple trailing lantana has been here for 2 years and it's doing much better. I do, toss some water its way, but it's not as heavy needing of water as the others. Here's another red yucca and we have our final Bougainvillea. Now this Bougainvillea is in the shade and you can see that it is not producing all those beautiful pink flowers like the others. So if you look, I'm going to give you a long look down the front. I think it's very pleasing. I have filled this rock area with things that require little to no water. And it's nice to look at. So maybe you'll try something like this. Let me show you this yucca here, covered with these beautiful pink flowers that the hummingbirds just love. Okay, well, you guys have a wonderful morning and try to grow some bougainvillea and maybe some red yucca. Talk to you soon.